Alright, we've hand sanded it to 120 grit. Got rid of the pencil marks. Softened the corners. Let's pick it apart. There's a few things I really don't like, and it's mostly my own errors when I came back to work on this after supper after working all day on other stuff. Some of these corners aren't as pretty as they should be. There's 32nd of an inch gap, but they're not tight. I don't like that. I've got one little piece of chip out up there that's hidden by the lip of the vanity. You're not going to see it, but that really bugs me. That piece in the back, even though I labeled it, I still put it in reversed. That dark spot was supposed to be against the wall, but in the heat of assembly, for some reason, I thought that knot was worse than that dark spot, so that's backwards. Everything else looks pretty good though. I'm really happy with the dowels. Everything went together square. When I get the lower slats put on, I'll pop these guys out. There is a little bit of tension in there, so once those are attached, that'll stop it from doing too much. This one's quite a bit better. There's just one shoulder somewhere in here, and I'm not sure. It's probably on the front. Of course it's on the front. Why would it be on the side where you won't see it? And I think what it is I got a little aggressive on my, this one here. I got a little aggressive on my chopping. I took a little too much, and I crushed that knife line, pushed back. So you have a little tiny gap in there. And this one up here, I think I just misplaced my chisel on one strike and then it was too late. So that little portion up at the top really bugs me. But it's the same sort of, it's hidden by the overhang. So unless you're laying on the floor looking up at it, you're not going to see it. But I'll always know it's there. It'll probably haunt me forever. The only other thing, I did manage to get all of the sapwood facing out, and I thought that was going to look a little cooler. It's just a little dry rot spot, so I'll sand it out. Most of these little defects I've got tucked out of the main part of the view. I'm really happy with how that one turned out, other than that one spot up top. And the only other thing is this weird little knot down here. I really thought that was going to look cooler than it does, but it's there forever now. So I'll get in there with the 220 grit and give it a really light sand and make it smooth. And it's not a fault, it's a feature now. So, but these turned out really nice, and I'll have to get out my book and add up how many hours it legitimately took. I don't usually get to work uninterrupted for 8 hours a day, so it's been a few hours here and there, but it went really well. I really like those dowels. I'm really happy I did that. They look really nice. The only other thing, there's one other thing. If I was to build it again, I would make this rear board thinner. It got a little skinny in here. It's still strong, but I would make that quite a bit thinner, leave more meat, and then that would allow me, I might make those tenons 1/4 inch longer as well. They're 3/4 of an inch long, which is more than enough for a vanity that's going to sit against the wall for 15-20 years. But I think I would make them a little bit longer, or maybe I would do dovetails if I had more time. This one is a function of the time that I had and the material that was properly dried, ready to go. So there's a few little pieces that are maybe a mismatch, or it doesn't quite look on the same on the back side of it where you don't see it. But maybe I'm just a picky asshole. Maybe I just shit all over my work that everybody else loves, but it's these little things that I pick on that I really try to not do next time. It's really helpful. Plus, if you send somebody else a video, they're not going to hold back. At least At least the guys I send them to. They're going to tell you right away, like, oh, that looks good, or man, that looks like shit. Why would you do that? I find that the most helpful. I don't need anybody to blow sunshine up my ass. I'd rather just hear it straight out.